So before we jump into the questions from our awesome listeners, because they're already starting to roll in, which is awesome. I wanted to ask you, kind of what's next on the radar for Notre Dame recruiting. What are you hearing? Things of that nature.
Well, I think that there's a few prospects I have my eye on right now as far as these could be the sort of the next to pop guys. Now, obviously, one is obvious. That's Josh Burnham, the linebacker from Michigan. He is set to make his decision on March 17th, which is now 5 days away.
Patrick's Day. Nice.
Mm-hmm. It's also, I believe he said his birthday or his mom's birthday. I forget.
I think I heard that
right?
too. Yeah.
So it's Notre Dame, Michigan, and Wisconsin are his final three. Michigan is obviously still making a hard push. It's an in-state school. You always have to worry about the Wolverines with a Michigan kid.
Sure.
I like where Notre Dame is right now, however. So barring something changing between now and then, I am going to go into that day with confidence. Now, again, anything can happen these days. I also felt pretty confident up until the day of his decision for Braden McGregor, right? We know how that turned out. So, but right now I like where Notre Dame is at with him. He's an outstanding linebacker. We've talked about him. I believe Notre Dame is the leader right now for Junior Tuihalamaka. I don't know when he's going to make a decision. If he does make a decision soon, I like where Notre Dame stands there. Texas is a school I'm worried about, but I like where they're at.
And he was the kid that decommitted from USC,
like
right?
2 days after Notre Dame offered him.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And they didn't make his top 5, by the way.
Okay.
So it was Notre Dame. It was Notre Dame, Texas, I believe, Oregon, Stanford, and Arizona State, I believe, was his 5.
Okay.
There's a lot of highly ranked kids putting Arizona State in their top 5. That's a program I kind of got my eye on with some of these West Coast kids. I've seen some players. I'm like, that kid put Arizona State in his top 5. So clearly, Coach Herm is doing some things down there in Tempe. Right? I always get them confused. Tempe and Tempe is where Arizona State is, right?
Yes, I believe it is correct. Yes.
So I like where they're at with those two linebackers. Okay. I like where they're at with Sebastian Cheeks, but he told Irish Breakdown that he doesn't plan on deciding till after his season, which will end sometime late April. So I don't see him making a decision. I'm not as confident with him as others because I feel like him waiting is kind of like, is he waiting on better offers? Is he waiting on Ohio State? Is he waiting on LSU? Is he waiting on Georgia and Alabama? Otherwise, what's he waiting on? And so but with those other two, I feel really good about where Notre Dame stands. I feel really good about where Notre Dame is right now with Missouri defensive end DJ Wesolak. I think they're in good shape there. I think Notre Dame's going to be hard to beat for him. I like where Notre Dame is at right now with California cornerback Jaden Mickey, who released a top 4 recently of Notre Dame, Cal, Northwestern, and I believe Oregon was his other 4. I have to go back and look at that. I like where they are with him.
Okay.
So I think they're in good shape with some players. Now it's about, okay, you're in the battle with a few other guys. Now it's time to kind of close that gap and get some of these guys in the class. So that's where I'm at right now with feeling like these are the guys that are on my radar as potentially the next players to commit to Notre Dame.
Now,